Okay, now we're going to provide ChatGPT with those very explicit instructions on how we want the agent to operate, and we're going to provide the required input files as attachments as part of the prompt. Again, this is going to take some time to process, so once we get the agent up and running, we're going to hit the pause button and let it run its course. So we're going to start by hopping into agent mode. I'm then going to grab the attachments that are needed to execute this job. In this case, we need the prior week forecast, our AP aging, and our AR aging. Now, of course, there may be additional inputs depending upon your cash flow forecast process, but these are what I'm using for demonstration purposes. And then I'm going to grab the prompt that I created earlier. And I'm just going to walk through this real quick because for a cash flow forecast, we do have to be a bit more precise with the steps that we're sharing with the agent. So our objective is to maintain and update a rolling 13-week cash flow forecast and highlight material changes. And again, we've been very explicit in terms of the role that the agent is playing. We are telling the agent that it is a cash flow forecasting assistant for a treasury team. And you'll notice here that the tasks that we ask the agent to provide are a lot more in-depth and specific, and that's going to help us get even more specific and accurate outputs from the model. We're also calling out, specifics around what materiality means to us, and that's going to be important with any sort of variance analysis and creating those constraints so that the model operates within that. We've called out some additional constraints here, as well as escalation paths and the output format that we are looking for. So with that, let's go ahead and run the model here. It's going to take a second to get this up and running, and then you're going to see the agent kick off in the background, just as we saw before. And here we go. So the agent's going to take a few minutes to execute this process, and then I will resume shortly and we'll take a quick look at the output. Okay, welcome back. As we can see here, ChatGPT has done quite a good job of performing the update to the 13-week cash flow forecast. It's called out its methodology and assumptions that it's made, and it's provided the full updated forecast for us to download. It's given us a summary of the material changes versus the prior forecast. Don't forget, we gave the model the materiality thresholds to consider, and those have been taken into account here. It's called out some risk flags and items for us to review, as well as questions to ask, which is great. It's making this very practical for us and letting us know where we should kind of hone in terms of next steps as part of the cash flow forecast and investigating the variances that we're finding. So this is great. It's taken a job that, can take analysts hours to get right, and we're doing that in a matter of seconds, if not minutes, leveraging ChatGPT's agent mode. Now, I do want to call out, again, just as a reminder, make sure you download the .yaml file if you want to reuse this agent. You'll see here, I actually prompted the model to produce that output for me, and at first it gave me the 13-week cash flow forecast, which it had already provided. I didn't need that again. So I specified, no, I need the .yaml file, and I was able to download that here. So make sure you do that next time you're using agent mode so you can quickly reference that file again and run that same agent process.